Alright, so just doing some hunting today. I've got a marketplace pickup that I'm about to go pick up, but in the meantime, I stopped at Goodwill in the St. Vincent de Paul, and I got two pickups. I think it was a total of like $75, $80 total, somewhere around in there. So at the first pickup, which was Goodwill, let me show you what I got. So I picked up this Notre Dame Fighting Irish hoodie. It's got a champion tag on it. I didn't even look it up, but it's vintage on the champion tag, so I figured I'll be able to get probably about 20 bucks out of that, and it was $6. And then I picked up this brand new Sony Blu-ray player. It was $30, but comps on that were going for around like 70 on eBay, and Blu-ray players have been flying off the shelf for me lately, so I'll list that today and probably have it sold later today too. Then at the St. Vincent de Paul, I spent, I think it was like $42 in total. Picked up 3 video games. All of these are going to be going over to one of my Amazon partners. So we got 2 copies of Minecraft, the original, and then the Minecraft story mode, and then also Sonic the Hedgehog. So these 3 games my partner is paying me a total of $36 for. And then I also picked up these 2 items. Picked up this Explorer Guitar Hero guitar. If you know, you know. That was 20 bucks. Those typically go for anywhere from like $50 to $70, and that's going to be a quick seller. And then last but not least, I picked up this Sony Blu-ray player. It is a 3D Blu-ray player. These sell super well for me as well. This was $16, and I should have no problem listing that today and getting at least $50 to $60 out of that, and it'll probably sell today as well. Alright, just secured the bag on that marketplace pickup. Let me get back to the house and show you what I got. Alright, here's a better look at that marketplace pickup. Like I said, I paid a total of $70 for all of this. So we got a Burgundy DSi XL. I just have to get this sticker off, but otherwise it's in super good condition. I think I can sell this to one of my partners for like $60 or $70, so that will be my money back right there. And then we got some games, some decent stuff. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Amazing Spider-Man. Nothing super crazy though. No Pokemons or anything like that. Lego Chima, Lego Marvel, Mario and Sonic at the Olympics, Sonic Classic Collection, and then just a few filler titles. So here's a better look at that. So this stack here, this is just going to be trade-in stuff. This is stuff that's all valued like 10 or less that I can't sell. So I trade it in. I can't really do anything else with it. And then, like I said, the DSi, and then these games here were valuable. The Spider-Man, this is like a $15 game. That Mario vs. DK, that's a $10 game, but that's always a quick seller. And then this Sonic and this Mario, those should go for about 10 to 15 a piece. This Fossil Fighters and the Animal Crossing, both of those are like $20 to $25 a piece, even card only. And then the Batman Blackgate, I think that one's like 5 or 10, so I'll probably just trade that in as well. But overall, a pretty good pickup for $70. I would estimate that I'll probably get like $20 trade credit off of this stack. And then this stack of stuff that I'm selling, I'm going to estimate this around $140, so I should come pretty close to doubling my money off of this stuff. Well, went into Half Price Books and thought that I was already getting a pretty good deal on this Warriors Orochi 2 at $10. This is like a $20 game. Took it up to the register and he said that the disc was scratched, so he actually dropped it down to $2 for me, so that is awesome. So yeah, it was like $2.20 with tax, but yeah, like I said, this is a $20 game, so that's pretty cool, and I've got a resurfacer, so I'm not worried about the disc condition. Alright, and for our last stop of the day, we hit up Quick Flips. I literally always forget to record in there, but for $30 out the door, I got all of this stuff. So this set of, these are like the Lego Dimension characters, Harry Potter. This was going for like $20 on eBay. And then all of these, except for one item, were like the buy 5, get it for $20. So we got this copy of Quake for $64, super clean on the front. The back is pretty beat, but I can just replace this with like another back from an old game, or, you know, a game that's not valuable, and be able to get 20 bucks out of that. Then I got some more games that were on that 5 for $20. We got MLB Slugfest 2003. All of these are complete. NBA 2K3 for GameCube. We got another Slugfest for Xbox. And then I also got this Pokemon Game Boy case, which for $10, that's a steal. Those usually sell for like $20 to $30. So for $30 all in, I'm pretty happy with that. The total value of everything was around $90, so I'll be able to make some pretty good money off of this stuff. So we took in 3 boxes of stuff at Game Exchange. Unfortunately, that one box they couldn't take, they said, because of the condition or it wasn't in their system. Kind of sucks, but it is what it is. So we did pick up this stack. I got $170 trade credit out of these stuff that they were able to take. So I only had to pay, like, I think it was $25 out of pocket for this. And then Quick Flips is paying us $14 for this one. So basically, I only have like 11, 12 bucks into the rest of this stack. And I picked up a bunch of good stuff. I got 2 copies of Blur. This is going for like 35 bucks now. And then I got Tony Hawk, a couple of other GameCube games, MLB Slugfest, FIFA Street 2, just some stuff that's going to sell quick. We got Wet and Akai Tana. So overall, I'm pretty happy with that. It sucks that they couldn't take it all in, but I had literally $0.00 into that stuff, and I'll be able to sell this stuff for probably about 200 bucks. Here is a quick peek at what sold. So all of these sales were literally just within the past 24 hours. It was super great to have some solid Q4 sales come in. So sold this PS2, and then we just got a bunch of video games. Last of Us 1 and 2, that sold as a bundle. Just some loose cards here, nothing crazy. Blitz League 2, that one sold for like 55. Scarface, that one sold for 40 something. So those two are definitely bolos. Sold this Blu-ray, and then a Walking Dead PS4 bundle. Manhunt 2 for Wii, and then Baldur's Gate. This has 1 and the disc for 2 in there as well. And then sold this polo shirt over on Mercari. So pretty successful 24 hours of sales. Now time to get this all packed up. And just like that, got everything packed up. I think this was a total of like 15 to 20 orders. Like I said, these literally all came in within 24 hours. So heading to the post office to drop these off. Let's see what else I can pick up.
I kept saying, why don't you keep the one of those walkers?
Alright, scored at this yard sale. I've came here literally every week. They've been doing a yard sale every week for the past, like, I don't know, 4 weeks. But got these 3 Guitar Hero guitars, a silver PS2 controller, and this plush. Paid 15 bucks for everything, so pretty killer deal. Alright, here's a better look at that yard sale pickup. Like I said, nothing crazy, but for 15 bucks, this was a pretty good deal. Got 3 Guitar Hero guitars. Those are all for the PS2. I think those go for like $30 to $40 a piece, so it'd be a pretty good profit there. And then the silver PS2 controller. I'll probably wait until I get a silver PS2 and pair that with it, because that silver is super hard to find. And then I also picked up this Lotso plush. That should sell for about $10. There was also OEM cords for PS2, but no actual console, so that kind of sucks, but still, I've got an extra controller for a silver PS2 and a spare set of cords, so I'm pretty happy with this pickup for 15 bucks. And just a recap of everything else that I picked up. So all of this was from Quick Flips, Half Price Books, and Game Exchange. Like I said, I only paid a total of 60 bucks out of pocket, and this whole stack, everything is complete as far as the disc-based games, and then this N64 game, this Pokemon Game Boy case, and this brand new Lego Dimensions. These are the actual characters. But I'll be able to get about 200 bucks out of all of that, so that was a pretty successful day of hunting in my opinion.